What's up, Cards Chat? Jeff Gross here, and I want to talk to you guys today about tournaments and taking shots. So, a lot of players play cash games. It's a little more consistent, right? Like tournaments, so much variance. You could go a whole year, even longer, without a big score. Depending on the buy-ins you're playing, there's a lot of small, medium, and high. And of course, with the upcoming WPT, there's also W Coops online. There's a lot of series, a lot of options. Every site is basically piggybacking. ACR has stuff. As I mentioned, Party Poker WPT, which is what I'm going to be focused on. But there's also WSOP, GG. There's a ton of stuff going on. And if you're a cash game player, if you play sit and goes, I think it's something that's important to give yourself a shot to hit some big scores. And again, a lot of people that maybe were cash players get kind of sucked into tournaments. I like tournaments more. I do play cash, but I think that it's important to kind of balance and do both and have a perspective of both. And even if you're not going to put the time in to do all the studying on stack sizes, in tournaments, right? Because that's the biggest difference in cash and tournaments, where cash usually are deep stacked, or everyone can buy into a capped amount in a lot of games. Whereas in tournaments, you start with a set amount of chips, but as the tournament progresses, stacks get bigger, but a lot of times stacks get shallow. You need to know how to play 10 blinds, 20 blinds, 30, 40, 50, 60, etc. And there's a lot of nuances to that. So with that being said, if you're a cash game player, I would invite you to take a shot, maybe play some satellites, maybe look at some of the small, medium, high avenues to get in for a smaller amount of money, but even just like a smaller medium buy-in, let's say like $10 up to $50 or $100 tournaments where there's huge guarantees during these series. There's a lot of players, there's a lot of satellite entries, there's a lot of value there. And I think if you're a really good cash game player, you're going to have an advantage in a lot of these fields, especially when they're, they're big field size and the buy-ins may not even be that high. Let's focus on the small and medium, or try to satellite into a high for a low buy-in. I think it's really cool as a player. It's a good opportunity to increase your bankroll. Again, I'm cautious with that because tournaments can be it's a hard way to make a living if you're only doing tournaments. You have no other supplemental income. If you're not playing cash games on the side, I think it can be really tricky. So I want to just kind of warn you guys in advance about that, because tournaments are very fun. Like cash games are generally the same situations, deep stacked, and it's cool, but you're going to win a couple buy-ins or lose a couple buy-ins, whereas a tournament you could win 100, 200, 300, 500 buy-ins in one of these main events. So I just want to invite you during these times to pay attention, look at the schedules, see what jurisdiction you're in, what sites you're able to play. And I want to invite you guys to take a look and go for it, because I think they're fun, and I think it's also nice to switch it up a little bit. So I just want to say best of luck, whatever series you're playing, whatever events are playing, whether it's live, online, if it's US sites, if it's World Poker Tour, or any of the other major series. I invite you to take some shots, get acclimated with the schedule, and look at the satellites and find a way to get in or sell a little bit of action to friends, or on a site such as Stake Kings or Ustake, and take a few shots. I think it's important to mix it up and give yourself an opportunity for a major score, and also just to maybe learn a new skill set and do a little bit of studying and exploring in the tournament world. So that's my advice to you guys. Hope you enjoy your upcoming adventure on the tables, and I'll see you on Twitch. I'll be streaming a lot in the next few months, and really appreciate all you guys' support, and I will hope to hear about some great runs.